That'd be all right.
Yo, it's the 1409 podcast. I go by the name of KT.
It's your boy GualaMeetsWorld.
Welcome to episode 82. You know, we got a special guest in here out of Houston, Texas, a Credit and Wealth Strategist. She's been doing business credit since 2000. No, she's been doing personal credit since 2009, business credit since 2011. We got Andy Thibo, known as Just Ask Andy in these internet streets. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, the beast in the streets is back, baby.
Yeah. What's happening?
Nothing much. How y'all doing?
Oh, we great. We renovated our little virtual studio right here. It didn't look like this last night, but we decided to change it up after last night episode. So you got the new and improved studio right here.
Oh, I feel special.
Hey.
I get a second episode, get the new background. Oh, I'm lit.
You know, when you come on more than once, you get some merch. So that merch coming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You got to get the merch. We gonna send it to you. Goddamn. That's all I'm saying.
You coming Saturday?
Huh?
You coming Saturday?
Shoot me the thing.
Okay.
For sure. Okay. All right. So we got the intro out of the way. Let's go ahead and get to these shots. You know what I'm saying? Uh-oh.
I'm mean mugging it.
Oh.
Everybody with a cup.
I had to get on here and clown with y'all one time for your mind. What we doing? What we toasting? Y'all know I need to know what we toasting to.
You say you good at the toast. Oh, you got that one? I got that one too. Oh, this is the perfect time to do our pitch. Hey, Hennessy, Jazz Hennessy and Company, Louis Vuitton Moet and Hennessy.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all see us on here? We got all the bottles. I got Black Henny. I got Black Henny. I got the gold bottle. You know what I'm saying?
Cognac.
And we talking about business on here. Who better to have Hennessy on their podcast than 1409? You know what I'm saying? Bold, boisterous, and blunt. Oh,
yeah. We're trying to unleash our rabbit.
All right. Let me go ahead and pull that up. You say you good at toast. I remember last time. So yeah, we'll let you. We'll give you the honor of the toast.
Come on, world's best boss. I'm feeling that cup.
You like my shirt? Wait, before we get started, I gotta get into this shirt though. What did it say?
I pay down invoice. That's perfect for this episode. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I was like, yes. So we're gonna toast to my second episode of 1409 podcast. They could have went anywhere else, but they let that girl come on here twice. Okay. We also gonna toast to many more booked and busy months. I heard you guys booked all the way to April.
That's a fact. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So first quarter is booked. Now we're going to second quarter. Second quarter gonna be booked by the end of February. So if you're trying to come on 1409, don't take my spot because I'm coming back again. But you can go ahead and fill out the form. Make sure you sign all the disclaimers and everything else. But I'm ready.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't sign, you won't be on here. I was trying to make that rhyme, but I couldn't find a word in time.
Let's just say I ain't had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, you'll fill out that paper. You ain't getting on here. I promise you. We'll show you better. We can tell you.
Some people don't believe sugar sweet till they taste it.
All right. Let's get into the trivia. All right, my trivia question for you is: what was the episode number of the last episode of 1409 podcast that you was on?
Yeah, I heard you on podcast. I heard you.
But I'm gonna be close though, right? Because I know it's by in the middle. So it's either 54 or 56.
Nah. No? Anybody in the audience want to give her a lifeline?
Please give me one. I mess this up every single time. But I'm like, yes, I'm on episode.
Yeah, so if you anybody in the audience want to answer, you can look at Apple Podcasts or whatever. Go to episode. It's called Beast in These Streets. What episode number is that? Oh, you looking it up, huh? You ain't playing.
Yeah. Dead ass. The fact that I got so many photos to go through, though, this is horrible. This is right. So nobody gonna comment. Y'all gonna try to help me out for real?
They lacking too. It's episode 52.
Keep that same energy.
So you on 52 and you on 82. That's how you can remember.
I was right. I said 50.
You said 54 and 56.
54 and 50.
I was
you
close.
52.
Oh, you could have threw me a lifeline.
I try to get the audience to throw you on. They want to be quiet. They want to be all shy and shit.
That's
So,
fine.
all right. So I know you in business. You do personal and business credit, and you have clients, right? Correct.
Yes, I do.
So how long have you been in business that involves clients?
Since 2009.
2009. Would you care to go get into those businesses briefly before we proceed?
So far as my company name or the industry I was doing.
Yeah, the industry you in that involves clients, any industry you currently are
Also
in.
introduce myself. So hey guys, what's up? I'm Andy. I actually help with personal credit, business credit, and business funding so you can expand the business that you have. I started off in personal credit in 2009 on accident. I was called stupid. And I was also told no. So if you ain't watched the last episode, I'm gonna tell you, my mama called me stupid, and a loan officer made me feel bad because I didn't have no credit. I thought I did though. I thought I did at TSU. Shout out, but that wasn't right. So that's how I got in business because I was told no. Once I actually started fixing on my own credit, the loan officer himself was like, "Okay, here's some more files. Go do exactly what you did to yours and bring them back." Well, I did that, and that's when I found out about starting my own business. So I did my own research as things was going good at that time, 2009. I'm gonna make this clear. In 2009, I was charging $300 for 12 months of service. I don't know any other credit company that charged $300 for 12 months of service. Once I started feeling good doing credit, it got to the point where I was like, man, I know I can level this up a little bit. We get a little cocky because we feel like we got a little something, right? Well, that's when I got into business credit in 2011. And I started off with my own business credit. I'd rather mess up my own stuff and fix it than go mess with somebody else's. Well, because I have a good repertoire with a lot of my clients, I'm like, hey, you want to start a business? They like, what? I'm like, I'm gonna do it myself. So if I mess it up, I'm gonna fix it. And they was cool with that because same thing with personal credit. If I mess it up, I can fix it. So they literally was like, well, yeah, I want to start a business like this. I would love to have this at the end as an end result. That's how I also learned how to write business plans. So in the midst of it, I set their companies up. Those industries at the time was a hair company. Also, there was a company, transportation, but it was medical transportation at that time for patient care. And then I also helped someone that actually wants, he liked bicycles, right? So he was into the car shows and building up the bikes and literally leveraging at the car shows, and he would win. And I never understood that until I started seeing his business bank account. And I was like, yo, I want a bike. Yeah, I didn't get into it, but I built his company, and I can still say to this day at the car show, he's always there, and he's the GOAT when it comes down to fixing up bikes. When I met him at first, I want to say he only had like 4 bikes. Right now, he has over 250 bikes.
That's a lot of bikes.
That's a lot of bikes. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, bro, you don't want to go trade in some of those bikes?
I almost overflowed my cup just now. I was on mute. But yeah, that's real boss like. So you said it's bicycles, like the ones you pedal.
Like the bicycles that you see out in Cali that they put like the gold bars on. They have the different. Yeah, he literally was insane with it, but he didn't know how to actually position it as a business. So he's like, hey, I'm tired of paying for all these, pieces out of my pocket. What else can I do? And I'm like, look, I ain't never did this before, but take a chance with me and I'm gonna do what I can do. Well, instead of me just looking at the industry he was in, I just remember the knowledge that I learned. You got to understand the end process before you can understand the beginning process. His end goal was like, I don't want to use my money. Well, I know you're going to need funding. Now, who can sponsor you? Who can actually come and invest in you? Who now can just give you some upfront money and you can get them equity within one bike? Believe it or not, if you go look at the car show, one bike can now make it the minimum of $10,000 winning an award all the way up to 100K just because of what type of bike it is. So to him, it was like, okay, I know I need this type of bike to get into this type of category to win this money. So once he kind of broke it down, like I need this, I'm like, all right, cool. Well, we can go to the bike clubs, to second parts or whatnot. Go there and see what they actually have for as quality. I'm just ask Andy. You give me a car, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna put some gas in it. Don't call me to put no do the maintenance. Don't call me for no oil changes. Don't call me for that. That ain't for me. Okay, I drive. That's it, right? But I had to learn at that time because he didn't want to use his own money. So what we did was we went to the owner of the shop and was like, hey, he's in a bike club. If you don't mind, if you can give us some of the parts or give us the wholesale price, then what we'll do is put you a sponsorship of these type of bikes. And it worked because he was like, he was getting the parts on pennies of a dollars, but he also knew the vendors where to get the expensive pieces from as well. So when you do those type of partnerships, once you get pieces from anyone, and I'm saying pieces because it don't matter what it is, when you get pieces from a store, they now have to show that that's inventory. The inventory has to be paid, which means it's an invoice. Now that it's an invoice, it's now a business-to-business transaction. Where you take those business-to-business transactions and you're not reported to Dun & Bradstreet, you're not reported to all the business credit companies, and now you just created your own business profile. That's called inventory credit, by the way. Yeah.
Inventory credit. So you say that was a good customer experience right there?
That was a damn good customer experience because he was like, I need some pieces that's gonna cost me like $5,000 for just the pedal. And I was like, bro, what? Like, what are you doing? Like, so if I steal this bike, what happens? But that's when I started learning about business insurance, and that's when I started learning about intellectual property and stuff like that. And I was like, yo, this is deep. I couldn't get into it because it was just like he literally will build bikes. The show will be over, he will win. That next day he started on a new bike. I'm like, what? It takes you a whole year to get here? And he was like, yeah.
Yeah, he was out here working for real. So you had the good customer experience. How about any bad customer experience? Have you experienced any of those?
Yes, currently I'm in a legal battle for $11,800.
She's from one
customer.
One. I can't say her name. I can't mention her company because we're in a legal battle, and she's so.
Yeah, man. So can you like go into it any, or you can't really?
Far as what happened, sure, I can talk about the contractual side of it.
Okay.
Shout out to the business owners that just take a chance on other individuals that state that they're in business and they want to take their business to the next level. So you may say, okay, let's start this partnership, right? I'm going to start this out for you. As soon as you make some money, then go ahead and pay me back at that time. Don't do that shit no more. Don't do it. Andy said it. Thou should pay thou invoice. This is the whole reason of this shirt. I made this shirt last year for the Focus Conference. I swear we're going to make this shirt again. Bartering is good, long as a mutual agreement and a contractual agreement is signed. Bartering is bad when someone is trying to push you to hurry up and get something done because they're supposed to get paid on Friday. They're supposed to get paid next week. And once they get paid, you got my word, I'm going to pay you, right? I actually worked with this client before, actually starting another one of her companies. And in the midst of it, I actually helped her get business grants or whatnot. So at this point, when she came back, she had this whole spiel, like I got Turo, I got real estate property. She built this whole plan. And she's like, Andy, I'm now trying to build this one company to put everything together, right? One holding company to put everything together. Well, me already knowing how to put the pieces together, I'm like, okay, well, you can just do this. She was like, nope, this is your lane. You handle it. But I got a big client that I got to get some paperwork ready for within 2 weeks. And I'm like, what? Anybody know they work with Andy, you cannot call me and say, I got 2 weeks to do what I'm doing. I'm going to say, I'm sorry, that was great. I do not want your money. Go find somebody else. Mm-hmm. Running a business is different than running a company. People need to respect your business and they need to understand your company, right? So don't do this because this is your friend. This is your family. This is somebody that you know they got it. They're going to take care of you. Forget that. I don't know who told you that. They damn sure didn't tell you that in school, okay? All that we grew up together is out the door when it comes down to your coins. Your light, water, and gas bill is not going to say your friend got 2 weeks. I got you. They don't, right? So with her in particular, because she was a good client before, I was like, okay, I got you. Look, it's not gonna make or break me. Who is the client that you're trying to go after? And I'm not gonna lie, it's a huge client in Atlanta. And this client in particular, she had to have her stuff together, right? So I'm like, okay, we're gonna do your website, we're gonna get your business contracts together, we're gonna whole nine. Now everybody know when you're getting in these programs, just the basics. The entry level is $5,000. The bigger package is 10. To run the whole operation is $20K, and there's no gas. It's dead ass serious, right? Well, we started her off with $5K for the simple fact. First of all, you paid us money up front, which she paid the $5K. Our monthly fees is $2,700 to manage the project. Well, she paid it. Her thing was, okay, I'm gonna pay this money to get everything started, and once I get this client, I'll be able to pay to actually be in the program. All right, cool. We did all the work. We delivered the work. We tweaked the work. She didn't even know how to write her own bio. She didn't know how to write the product. She didn't even know how to put the proposal together. So I'm like, but you know what? This is a huge client. They work with Nicki Minaj. They actually do co-selling and everything else. Co-assignments, whatever. When you get expensive bag, you rent them out and then they pay you for it, then they bring it back. I'll teach y'all about that later. So she was doing that with that client, and I knew if you set it up the correct way, you literally can get the minimum of $50,000 per month off of just people renting expensive luxury bags per se, right? So I'm like, all right, look, you're gonna have more than enough money to pay us. And I'm going to teach you how to expand that while you're doing it, because you now need to teach someone how to open up the same thing. Well, I'm not going to give you that piece until you can secure this client. Now, me and my team literally talked to this lady 3 days before she was supposed to meet with these people. I got it. I'm like, look, I can work as a concierge behind you. I can work as your business office so I can talk you through this contract. You never was able to get this type of client. You don't know how to book this type of client. And those clients that's on that level, you can say your numbers all day. You can, my experiences, this, that, and that. Nobody cares. What can you do for me? And how do you plan on doing it is what people with money really care about. Don't waste my time, right? But the person was so busy. Every time she go to the shop, she was like, I got to reschedule. So I told her, your ass need to be there when she opened the door. You need to be there when she closed the door. If she goes to the restroom, you need to stand next to the restroom and say, I'm going to read this contract for you. Please understand it, but I need you to sign this contract. We set her up not to only not have paper. We had everything electronic. So she didn't have to worry about, let me get this photo together, let me get that photo together. But we also gave her a physical copy of the proposal so she can leave it with that person and say, hey, I'm going to talk you through this, but you also can look at it and give that person a time limit. She fumbled. Oh, she want to meet back up with me this weekend. We started calling. What you doing? How you doing? She called us at 1:00 in the morning. Now, everybody know, on a Friday or Saturday, Andy like her Hennessy, and Andy like her flat wings, and Andy like her hookah. I don't talk to no client on Fridays after 2 p.m. I don't care who you are. This lady called me at 1 a.m. I got to talk to you tomorrow. She switched it up. We got to do this, and the third. I literally called my team on the phone. I know y'all going to kill me. But this is what we got to change on the website. This is what we got to change in the proposal. We need to sit in the FedEx so she can print it for the next, all this in the third, which is all the way out my character. But I'm like, hey, you about to do something huge. I got you. Well, she couldn't book the client. And because she couldn't book the client, when it was time to pay on the first, she hit me with that, I'm sorry, I ain't got it. I don't care. I don't care that you don't got it. What do you have? And you need to go back and present it. Now, if I got to fly to Atlanta to do this for you, it's going to cost. It's going to cost me to travel to the airport. It's going to cost you to travel on the plane. It's going to cost you me getting off. It's going to cost me time, because as soon as I get off the plane, my time starts. When I get back on the plane, it starts, okay? And don't stop. It still goes until I get back in Houston, Texas. Also, my lounge and everything is included. I can't pay your invoice. How am I pay for that? That's not my problem. You have a client that's literally getting ready to sign a $60,000 proposal. You can't close the deal. That's not my business, right? Mm-hmm. So in the midst of it, she was just like, well, I can't pay y'all. So it's because I didn't book the client and I ain't got no clients, I'm not going to pay. No. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. And when you met me the first time, I had business contracts. But now I have business agreements with clause, with fine print. And so when I read her the fine print, like, no, ma'am, we came in as your back office. We didn't come in for that client. We came in for you. We did not book you on, if you book this client, then you're going to pay us. That's what you said. That's not what we agreed. I ain't signed that. Please go to page 2, please. Look down at the bottom in this section. It actually tells you about abandonment of contract. It also tells you about you making your payment for as your partial payment or your enrollment payment, and I just start telling her everything. She's like, well, I can't pay you. Okay. Well, when so can I can't pay
DocuSign?
No, no, I don't use DocuSign. We have applications that's embedded into our website. So at that point, you can sign and you have to put the acknowledgement, and I understand that what I am signing. So she did all of that. But guess what? My merchant account was like, her bank denied it. She had American Express. They ruled it in her favor. This was right before Christmas. She disputed it, $11,800.
So this term right here, listeners out there, this is called a chargeback.
Yeah, chargeback.
And this was your first experience of a chargeback? Or
since 2009, I have been in business. I never had a chargeback since I've been in business. Never. I can show my receipts. I can show you the bank statements. Never had a chargeback. So it wasn't even, the chargeback hurt me more of understanding like, yo, I do good business. Like I got all my shit together. How did this one person now, right before Christmas, deposit this type of money, and now this money is coming out my account? After I didn't pay all the contractors, business expenses, Christmas, everything. So it literally took a hurt into my business. I don't like my business bank account to go under a certain amount. But at that time, not only did the chargeback come out, they froze my account.
So can you dispute these, and what is that process like? These chargebacks?
Can the customer or the company owner or the customer dispute? What do you mean?
Not the customer. I know it came from the customer disputing, and I'm saying, can you as the business dispute that chargeback?
Well, depending on what merchant account you have, it's not a dispute. You have to submit documentation to show that you deliver. It's called deliverables to your merchant to show that this person acknowledged what was going on. They received the documentation. They acknowledged that they received the documentation. So that's the process of what they call a dispute, but you have to submit documentation to your merchant. Your merchant then, depending on what company it is, they can freeze your account up to 21 to 60 days. My account just became unfroze on the 20th.
See, so this is a lengthy process for sure.
Very lengthy. And when you're going into a new year, new clients, you have to change your business model now, because all the money that you're receiving now has to be stuck in that account until this dispute process is over.
Man, this customer here got me kind of heated, and I don't even know who it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that got me. I'm gonna drink to that,
but you gotta handle things the right way. You can't handle things like the way you want to handle it deep down inside.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I was already calling people in Atlanta because listen, I know people that know people. You won't believe this. Where's the lawyer? Even my lawyer here in Texas is like, yo, I can't even touch it. You're gonna have to go to Atlanta. What you mean I'm gonna have to go to Atlanta? You gotta go follow it in the courts of Atlanta. It's COVID. So now I gotta book an appointment to get to the courts to file this claim. Or you can go get a lawyer in Atlanta to do it. Which means I gotta pay a lawyer, which means I gotta pay to travel, which means I gotta pay to stay, which means I gotta wait to get an appointment.
Oh, I'm going into the fees too.
And you got charged in for that. Once everything go in your favor, you got charged in for that. Whomever
A
they
lot
may
of
be.
people would actually break during that time. That $11,000 can really break a company. And I don't care if you made whatever amount you made, $11,000 can hurt you. That can be your payroll for 2 weeks. I don't know. It just depends on the size of the company, right? At that time, luckily, I'm big on business budget. I'm big on how much money go out, how much money come in. But it hurt my bottom line because I had a goal number that I wanted to hit for 2020. Remind you, we went through a whole pandemic and I still hit 6 figures. The year before that, I wasn't making any money. So this was a big year for me. And then boom, God was like, oh yeah, wait a minute, got one more thing. And I was like, oh wait, 11,000? That hurt.
Yeah. So how would you handle a chargeback, like hypothetically, if it was from an attendee of an event you hosted? How would you?
Well, a chargeback from an event, you really can just show that, hey, they purchased this and how did they purchase this and did they sign for it? The key part, that little fine print, is literally putting in your disclaimer that your digital product or your physical product service is non-refundable. Just
True
that.
True
I didn't find that out until my account was frozen. I'm like, what? I got 36 pieces of paper. What do you mean? I was like, yeah, you don't have nothing on here that says anything about digital. She signed digital. I know you, baby. Ever since then, I'm not gonna lie. At first, I'm telling y'all, you remember that song "Look If You Buck"? Yeah. That was in my head the whole time. Like, I'm finna go. I'm
up in the club throwing these bowls.
Listen, they ain't know Andy at that point. They knew just ask Andy because I was like, listen, we about to get on this flight. I call my team, throw an event down there so I can have a reason to be down there for a business expense, like everything. But it came back to, y'all know my prayer. It came back to my prayer. Like, you have to be prepared for what is coming, right? So you can't, when people do bad business, that's not for you to say, oh, I'm going to run up on them. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm not always saying take the high road, right? But what I am saying is have your documentation, your black and white together. Because the other side of that story is I'm now for to sue her for $175K.
Whew.
So, I mean, you shine and you happy right now. You like, yeah, I got my money back. American Express, but I'm about to sue the merchant and I'm going to sue the client. And plus I did her LLC, which means what? She did not have coverage at the time of the contract. So now not only am I going to go after your business, but I'm also going to go after your assets. And you got Turo and you got real estate. And guess what? I'm going to garnish your wages.
Garnish the assets. Hey, so you mentioned the merchant. So was there any fees involved with that chargeback?
Yes. Whatever was taken, you have to pay that back within that merchant. So that $11,000 had to be paid before I can see any other income to come in that account. Well, that account was for project management only. It wasn't for the other companies and stuff like that. But in that sense, I don't care what account it was for. I don't want it, right? So as the money got paid back, it still was just like I'm now hustling to get my clients to come pay because I'm trying to get that back positive. Because what you don't want with any merchant account is to have a negative account with business, period. That hurts you when it comes down to business credit. That hurts you when you get grants. That hurts you when you do your bylaws and stuff like that. And now you try to go build a business portfolio to get commercial property or anything like that. That one transaction, because it was negative and now they closed that merchant account, can stop you from getting a bigger bag. So me personally, I looked at it as the liability of my company. I have business insurance. So what I can do is I can file a claim. And with me filing a claim, it's just like your car insurance. It's just like your home insurance. You got to go through the process, show what happened. Because of the business insurance that I have, of course, they're going to pay me back. But now I got to reconstruction my company because I took a business loss, which caused me to stop my business at one point in time because I could not get any funds. I could not pay my employees. I could not pay payroll. This is where that PPP loan is automatically going to get approved because I took a huge business loss through COVID. But all the fees that I gotta pay, all the grant money that's out, I'm sorry, not the grant money, the loan that goes outside the grant money now goes towards that claim. But I don't want that. I want the 175 from you.
So you want everything. I want everything you took in.
So I want you to build up your company. I want you to go ahead and build the equity. I want you to build all that, but you can't file bankruptcy.
So how important is the chargeback ratio?
How important is a chargeback ratio?
Yeah.
You don't want a ratio, period. You don't want chargebacks at all. If you can prevent them, prevent them. The first way you prevent them is call the customer on the phone. Hello, how you doing? We're just trying to go over the investigation of a chargeback and be upfront. You have clients that charge back all the time, right? And they not charging back because it's you. They charge it back because they don't want to release those funds. People are very funny when their account look funny, or they charge it back everything. My card is stolen. Whatever I charged during that time, charge it back. But what they fail to realize, you're hurting somebody else who this is how they live their livelihood. This is how they feed their kids. This is they light, water, and gas. They thinking like, oh, it's nothing. Let me call them and let them know that. But you get a ding within the merchant account. You have a merchant credit score as well. So that actually goes as a ding, just like if you if you have a driver license and you get tickets, that's a ding on your driver license. So it's the same thing.
Yeah, I had a bad experience. I had to give a company a chargeback. I bought a hoodie from them, right? They was connected with us on Instagram talking about like sponsoring us and shit. So I bought a hoodie off the strength and shit.
Yeah, that's how I go.
Them motherfuckers just block us on Instagram on both pages, personal page, podcast page. I bought the hoodie like in November. That shit still ain't come back. So I had to call my bank like, nah, go ahead and
charge back.
Yeah, charge them back. I didn't know that's what it was called at the time.
They don't deliver it, then you got justification, right?
Yeah, this ain't no big large scale transaction like you had to deal with.
Well, no, because I had my own cousin to charge back $150.47, and I'm like, yo, you're in my credit program. What are you doing? She's like, girl, please, I just charge back everything. I ain't know what it was. Call the people and let them know. That's not how they work. It's not how they work. And then once she realized what she did, she wanted to now get on the phone three-way and, oh, I'm sorry, da-da-da. But that's not how they work in business. You can't call Apple and say, I'm sorry. They're going to say, okay.
So y'all still cool?
Yeah, no, we cool because she gave my money back.
I need my shit.
You gonna eat your cornbread?
I'll let the we got a whole house party.
He was grilling her everywhere.
I'm acting like that. I'm gonna give you your money. I'm gonna cash up you. Don't cash out me. You need to go pay your invoice.
About that 150.
I saw a meme like this dude owed somebody money, so they were taunting them till they paid him the money. He was putting bread on their windshield, like under the windshield wiper, just to remind them that he need that bread.
And people laugh at us when we be like, man, we need this, we need that. But you got to understand, we all screaming financial freedom, generational wealth. Bro, I can't make generational wealth if you still owe me $50. I need that. Give me my money.
I feel like anybody that ever crossed me like financially, they in a fucked up situation now. Like for real.
Well, why you say that?
Because they either fell off after that happened or they doing bad. Like,
oh, karma is real. That's why I'm like, build your company. Go get some stuff to go with it. Yes, somebody go buy stuff with her. Go. And I'm gonna trademark all your shit.
Oh man. Yeah, you steps ahead. Yeah, allegedly. Mm-hmm. All right, so I mentioned what happened if a event attendee did that, but I know you have an event coming up in March. Would you like to get into that a little bit?
Heard you on 5K.
Guys. So we have what's called Refocus 2021. Last year in 2020, it was crazy. We did Focus Business Conference. 2020. And at that time, we was talking about having a actually. I feel like I'm chopping. Y'all can hear me?
Nah, you ain't chopping.
Okay. So at that time, the conference was really based off of, I don't like to go to everybody else's conference and don't learn nothing. Like, they want to tell me their $1 million story, how their kids now have this, how they got the huge house and everything else. And I'm like, yo, okay, that's great. I am so motivated. But how can I get that? Right. And so I also went to a conference where they didn't feed us for 8 hours. We had some chips, coffee, water, and that was it. And it was like, yo, we paid $500 for these tickets. Y'all couldn't give us sandwiches or like what?
No meatballs or nothing. You ain't no meatballs in there.
Ooh, listen, I laughed so hard because my business manager was like, yo, like, they ain't give y'all nothing. I'm FaceTiming her like, you want some water? You want some coffee? They ain't even got the creamer out here, bro. Like, it's nothing. And so I'm big, huh?
You had to drink that coffee black.
Get black. You up in there just running around because you just high, just. Right.
Yeah, no.
But me personally, I drink water, so I was okay with it. But I was like, yo, we starving. And then when we tried to speak to the speakers, it was like I swear, it was like 3 tables in front of the speakers. So when you walk VIP section, they be like, hey, do you have a badge? And I'm like, what? I just want to take a picture. Oh, this is not the time to take a picture. Bro, I've spent $500 on these tickets. I'm going to give me a picture, right? But then also, of course, when the conference is over, what everybody do? Go to their favorite person and ask all the questions that they already answered. So the speaker is just sitting there looking like, what's going on? Why is this going on? What do you guys want? And then they get tired and then they don't want to give you the information, right? So I was like, you know what? When I host my conference, my own conference, it's going to be different. I don't want nobody there to say, tomorrow you can do it. Like, no, don't come here. We don't want to be motivated. Watch, YouTube or something, right? Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, I want to make sure my conference is one of those things. If you got an idea, you can take that idea, now put a plan of action. Now you got the plan of action. I want you to execute that plan of action. Not only that, I want you to be consistent, right? And so I actually brought in Derek. If you guys know Derek McKinley, he actually owns a production company when it comes down to music. I also invited, I totally forgot his name as I just said that, but he actually makes $1 trillion overseas, right? He has no social media. He does no marketing or anything like that. He literally goes overseas and take his proposal and go to companies that actually need his help. Right? He meet these people through conference. Like, he go to the conference, sit at the bar, see what the hard hitters are that's going to the conference, and he sit them with the proposals. So he has 3 proposals that he actually puts out, and that's how he booked his clients. I was also the keynote speaker for myself because it was my conference, and I felt like I had something to bring to it. Like, it only makes sense, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But then we had panels that actually came in and told you about marketing. They told you about branding. They gave you detailed information, so you didn't have to say, but what about this? What about that? Right? So the Focus conference was amazing. We had it at the AD Player. Please go look it up. AD Player Theater in Houston, Texas, in Galleria. I'm big on saying that for the simple reason, like, that's when I learned about business insurance and booking $100,000 policy. I never knew anything about, $1 million policy to host an event. But right after that event, COVID hit. Now, remind you, when you go to a certain type of conference and you get all your information, you're like, yeah, this is what we're about to do. This is how I'm about to bring it. Everything is about to be good. Well, the problem is COVID hit and it was like, what's next? Like, we need to drop the stuff from the conference. We need people to say they want to be a part of things, but we couldn't do anything because the city was on lock. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh my God, what are we going to do? Well, in the midst of it, we went through the goods, we went through the bad. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I had some days where I just no social media. But now this year is more like, okay, COVID hit. We can't change what happened in the past, but we can change the future. So now in 2021, we calling it the Refocus Business Conference. And it's literally, let's refocus on what happened, how it happened, and now how we can prevent it stopping business, period, right? The dispute happened right in time because it not only changed me mentally, it actually changed me to learn lessons within business. You're not going to always have good days. You're not going to always have bad days, but you're going to have days that break you all the way down. But what are you going to do after that, right? So now the Refocus Conference with that added on to it is going to be amazing. Like now it's time to refocus for real. So yeah, that's March 5th through the 7th if you guys want to come.
Hey.
Yeah, March 5th through the 7th, you know. And if you're watching right now, you see the website right there on the screen. If you're not watching and you listen to the audio, check
you out, you lit.
focusbusinessconference.com. If you want to get into that, find out more about that, you know what I'm saying?
And right now we actually taking more speakers. But shout out to Clubhouse, okay? I'm on that all day, every day. We actually taking more speakers. We also getting ready to do the vendor panel. So if you have something that you actually want to be a vendor for, make sure you do that. We also doing a podcast. We also doing commercials. I can't say the other piece until it happened. Y'all know I speak things into existence, but we got a bomb that we might drop. Whew, let's just pray for me, y'all. But yeah.
You got it. Manifest. I know you done put it on that vision board.
What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's another thing. That your vision board party was nothing but greatness. I promise.
Thank you. And thanks for coming, right? Not a lot of men go to vision board parties because they like, yo,
I see.
Why am I at the vision board party? What are y'all visualizing? Like, this is not for me, but it is. It really is. And if you honestly and truly want to experience a life-changing event, don't go with an open mind. Don't expect anything. But I can say the vision board party was lit, and the after party was too.
Oh yeah, for those that knew about it.
Everybody can go.
Man, appreciate you.
I know, right? Shout out to Ken. 1409 Park. Yeah, sorry.
Appreciate you. Oh man, yeah, that was dope. So,
would you have any advice to give any business owners that could help them properly handle like bad customers and how to prepare for the chargebacks?
Yeah, first and foremost, don't be negative. Don't go talking about the people. Don't get on social media ready to turn up. Never, ever, ever let anyone see you sweat. Don't let people feel like they got one up on you. The way you come back, you go hard or you go home, right? And the way you do that is change up your policies, your procedures, understand the bylaws that's in your company, understand the losses that you receive. Most people say, oh, that's the business expense. I'm not tripping, I'm gonna write it off. No, you don't write it off. You seen they ask a 1099 in the mail because now they got services from you and they didn't pay it back, which means there's equity loss within your company. So now you need to send them a 1099 like they're a contractor, right? Teach you about that later. Another additional thing is have your business structures together. We jump so quick on ideas that we have and we see it in fruition already. So it's like, okay, I need a logo, I need a website, I need this, I need that, but you got to cover your ass at the end of the day. So have your business structure together, no matter if you have an LLC, if you got an S Corp, C Corp, and let's be clear, most people like, just go get an S Corp. Your LLC with the S Corp on it is just how you get taxed. Google it. So just be in position of what you're getting ready to do. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, I don't know how to find the information. How did I find this information out? Is through experience for one, but I also got on Google. I also went on YouTube. I didn't make an excuse of what I didn't know. I learned about what I should know, and then I put that stuff in practice. I'm a jack of all trades. Most people say that, but that's why they call me just as Indy. I want to know why I got to do it, when I got to do it, and if something in a long-term scenario happened, how can I use this document I created? So get you somebody, slide in my DM, get you somebody to go ahead and write you some business contracts and make sure your company is taken care of.
For sure. Make sure you slide in them DMs. You see it on the bottom of the screen. And if you listen to the audio, Just ask _ Andy. So that's JUSTASK _ ANDY. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you do that. And AndyThibo.com. I know I got a comma on there. I messed it up, but y'all know what I mean. Oh, you want to take another shot? You look like you want to take another one.
I got a little bit in my cup. I'm cool with it. Listen, y'all know I drink Hennessy. And for everybody that's about to judge me, listen, I deserve all the Hennessy in the world, okay?
You done drunk all the Hennessy in the world?
People huh?
You say you drunk all the Hennessy in the world?
No, I say I deserve all the Hennessy in the world. It's a difference.
You deserve the sponsorships, all the Hennessy sponsorships in the world too, as well as we do.
Sponsor me.
Bring them in. They be playing.
Wait, who knows the sponsors though? Some of y'all be coming on the podcast and y'all hear we saying we want to sponsor. They can just vend the event. We'll buy the bottles as long as they can vend the event or something. Like, come on, let's make this happen.
Yeah.
Shout out to the vendors.
For sure. All right, getting back into it.
So wait a minute, let me share this out too. If you're on Facebook, make sure you share this out to your friends and your family. If you want me to go ham, go ahead and ask a question. I'm gonna give you what you need, but I just need you to make sure you have your pen and paper together. Now, when I give you this information, you got to shout out 1409 podcast as well, because if it wasn't for them, they know at 9 o'clock I'd be in the bed, baby. We ain't doing all this extra stuff, right? So shout out to them for having me up late. Yesterday we was on Firecast podcast. I was looking at him like, yo, you ready to go? But now you do good things for good people. So thank you 1409 for having me back on here.
We appreciate you for letting us have you.
Yes.
Shout out to Firecast too, though.
Shout out to Firecast.
He doing the thing over there. Shout out to Legacy Blue too. I'm pretty sure she's watching this right now. So.
I know, right? I got to get on here and see where everybody at.
I'm pretty sure she.
Speaking of Firecast, you know, we booked with them later this month too.
That's next month.
We got
next month. Yeah. I'm thinking it's already.
You said we gotta come to the studio. Oh,
okay. Yeah, I saw you on there. I saw you.
Get that real life. Oh yeah, y'all showed so much love last night on there. Y'all was giving flowers while we here, man. We
exactly. I heard y'all got a whole room. I'm jealous.
Hey, Sharon is caring.
You just gonna go with them? I got a podcast too.
I feel what you were saying though. Like Sharon is caring for real.
Sharon is caring.
We just appreciate the love. Like we ain't trying to hog nothing. We appreciate the love for sure.
That's okay, because I'm gonna go from one podcast to the next podcast. I'm gonna walk out one room, walk in the other room. Like, hey.
Already, you know what I'm saying? How many podcasts have you been on? If you could put a number on
it. In 2020, oh my God, I think 2020 I had touched maybe the minimum of 50. Like, listen, and that's big for someone who just, it's hard to get on people's podcasts. I don't care what people will tell you. They're like, fill out the form. I got you. But trying to coordinate to get the people to show up on time, fill out the paperwork. Everybody happy. Like, that's some work. And shout out to my team. Listen, they was like, you on this podcast, that podcast, wherever you need me, right? So, but yeah, I'm with you. I'm always with you.
Yeah, it's definitely like, I feel like some people are hard to get on here too. Some people are harder than others for sure. Like, we experienced that, but it works out at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Some people probably be feeling it the other way though. They probably be like, it's hard to get on 1409.
Yeah.
Well, as it should, right? Because y'all not building a brand, y'all really building a show, right? And it's one of those things they have to mentally understand too. Yeah, you coming on to bring value, but we're also pushing out that value for you. So it's a respect level thing. If you don't do your part, we can't do our part. Vice versa, right?
Facts. So we had one episode. We need to start a compilation of 1409 lost episodes, bro. Just
what you mean lost episodes? They didn't show up?
Nah, they showed up, but it was horrible. Like, we couldn't put that shit out.
See, that's why you gotta have a disclaimer in place. You gotta tell them what you expect. That's what. So listen, that's what's wrong, right? As the business owner, right? We expect that, oh, you already know how I do business. You know how I present things. If you ask it for me, you're gonna do it for me, but that's not what it is. All they gonna say is you booked me for the podcast and I'm just showing up for the podcast. No, I need you to show up. I need you to drop some gems. I need you to make this episode to remember. And kid you not, if you shameless plug, if you're going to approve AF podcast, you're not just gonna be like, oh, I signed up, I'm gonna see you later. No, you're gonna fill out this application. We're gonna meet up with you, send you more documentation like, hey, this is what we expect. We also gonna send you an email before it's time. We're gonna send you an email when it's time. We're gonna also after that get you some feedback. After the feedback, we're gonna tell you when you're supposed to get your episode. So it's more than people really looking to running a podcast. The shit is hard.
Yeah, it's a
So when
lot of
people
shit.
show up, it's very disrespectful. And when you do show up and you just give a minimum, yo, why you here? Bring your sister.
I mean, some of it was like I'll say about 60% of it was the internet. The internet was the issue for 60% of it. Yeah,
I say about 35% of it was the internet.
But see, also you guys go live, right? Mine is pre-recorded.
Yeah, it's live.
So I'm editing and you ain't want to say nothing. That's all right. We're gonna chop that off.
Yeah, we edited them on the audio. We just couldn't post the video. It just you'll see the number skip on YouTube. We skipped the number on YouTube. Goddamn.
So you'll know what episode that they was chopped out of the audio on.
But
you don't do the audio thing.
I just think they was nervous, man. It's all good, shit happens.
I don't know, man. I think that was just more than nerves, but I can't say nothing because I have been told that I be quiet on the podcast.
She said, drop nuggets. What kind of nuggets you want? Yeah, I saw him up in there. What's happening? What kind of nuggets you want, man? Because she here for a good time, not a long time.
She was like, don't be thinking I'm a dude. I'm a female, but this is what I want. I was like, come on, sis, what you want? What you want? You gonna get this. She started going in. So I want this, I want this, I want this, and I want this. I was like, wait, be free. Hold on. You got to book a consultation.
Andy here for a good time, not a long time. What you get?
I
don't see nothing yet. So shit. We can go ahead and get into that question of the day, Mr. GualaMeetsWorld.
Question of today.
Hold up, before we do that.
Yeah, I was about to ask that question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Miss Andy. What's your favorite episode of 1409? And you can't say an episode that featured the beast in the streets.
Really? Y'all know I'm going for the Queen of Turkey.
That's too. Everybody gonna go with that if we let them go with that.
Yeah.
Hold on. You said you go.
The Queen of Turkey.
Oh no, I didn't hear you. Okay, I got you.
Wait, how you gonna tell me I can't represent my? I'm gonna call.
I didn't hear you.
I'm gonna tell her, Jay. They told me I can't even talk about you on the 1409.
No, we fuck with Jay Rich. I just didn't hear you. I didn't hear you correctly. Yeah, I did, but I misunderstood. Yeah.
But that's my dog. I'm gonna always represent her. She gonna always represent me.
Where the trucker resides.
Where the trucking reside? Where the trucking reside?
Oh, yeah. I'm going over her house in the morning. We got work to do.
For sure. Yeah, that was a good episode for sure. We glad we got her on here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and tomorrow y'all got the business manager that's coming on, Bree, with Impact Creatively. So shout out to her, okay?
Yeah.
Y'all coming through.
Y'all plugged in, or we plugged in. Somebody plugged in around here.
Exactly. Hey, you add one, you gotta add all 10.
And she got a lot going on. I was doing some research today.
Yeah.
I can't hear you. What you
say?
She
definitely got a lot going on. I was doing some research today, like getting ready mentally for that episode tomorrow, and I was like, man.
Well, make sure you say I know this is my episode, but make sure you shout out my godson company, Happy Nugget.
Happy Nugget.
Oh yeah, that's the baby shampoo and
that's
products.
My godson business. So y'all make sure y'all shout him out.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I know she makes the labels and everything, so she
And
really hands on with the process.
She better make them right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Because
yeah,
our mother don't play.
yeah.
He gonna have business credit before people can get business.
You gonna have business credit before people have personal credit.
We already got an LLC. We already doing a trademark. We already doing everything. Like by the time he hit 5, I mean, y'all gonna be like, yo, you got is that baby Johnson?
Yeah, we don't need no Johnson and Johnson. We need Happy Nuggets.
Happy Nugget, black on,
Happy Nugget, black
black
on,
You know what I'm
Potter's made. We will be in Target. We will be in Walmart. It's coming.
saying?
For
And
sure.
if I got anything to do with it, we're gonna be international. So just hold on 1 second. We coming.
For sure.
Yeah, we with it all the way. All right, we got that out of the way. So your favorite episode is Where the Trucking Resides
What
with
a truck
David
is
Truck.
that?
I can't remember the episode number. Damn, we got so many.
Oh,
Seven-
y'all got to call me out on
seven-
mine.
seven-
77? It's 77?
76, I think. 76.
No, it's not. It's 73. It's 73.
Okay, 76.
76 was Taria Avant. Yep. Okay. Yeah.
Y'all can't be calling us out on the episodes we was on. Y'all can't remember your own episodes.
Shit, we on all of them. How we supposed to remember? We on all the
So
episodes.
list and hold it up.
We on all of them. All right. Shit, you ready for that question today, Guala?
Yeah, the question of today is, what are some misconceptions about your hobby?
That is easy for one. Everybody feel like they can write a business plan. That's one. The other part is everybody feel like they can get business credit, right? Because they get the net 30s, net 60, net 90s. You go to your Quills, you go to your Office Max, you go to Apple, you go to Dell. You know, you go get those basic trade lines and you feel like, oh yeah, I got this. Like it's easy. I can do business credit myself. But it's a little bit more to that, right? Again, like I mentioned earlier, it just depends on your company in particular. Like you guys have a podcast, right? With your podcast, you have to have audio, right? Which means what? You have to have a laptop, you have to have a desktop, right? There's inventory credit. You have to have the earphones. There's inventory credit. You have to have the mic. There's inventory credit. Even if you pay for it out of pocket, we don't pay for our own stuff. We use other people's money. Grant, when you get it, you have to pay out your pocket. Understandable. But if you build your business portfolio the correct way and you go to that company and say, hey, I'm going to need 10 mics because I'm opening up this commercial building. I'm also going to need 50 chairs because we're going to have it in this office. Like those things in particular can be already paid. Where we mess up in society and have a misunderstanding is we feel like to start a business, we got to come out our own pocket. The only piece that you really have to come out your own pocket is to open that that business bank account and get your business structure and foundation together, like your business EIN. EIN is free, I'm sorry. Your DBA, your LLC, your S Corp, INC, whatever you go for, when you get your business address, like that part you got to pay for, right? But once you have it secured, you now get a business plan. And if your business plan tight enough, you can actually get somebody to fund your business. We're scared to give somebody equity of our company because we think they're gonna, be a bully and take over our company. But at the end of the day, you ain't got shit. What you losing? Right? You can always revise the contract, right? You can always start a new LLC. But at the end of the day, sometimes you got to bring somebody else in and have more experience to you and give them a piece of the pie. Why do you care? They got the money. They got the credit. You're building their empire. You don't want the whole empire. You want a piece of the empire. Because now when you lead a company, you can say, hey, I want to sell my shares. I now want to sell my piece of the equity. You now can take that money. Guess what? You didn't learn how to build a contract. You didn't learn how to go out and get the vendors. You learn how to get fleet credit. You learn how to get inventories credit. You learn all this stuff. Now go open your own building and teach somebody else to do the same thing. Now you got the whole pie that you want. But now you start telling them, don't take the whole pie. Take a piece of the pie. That's what people get it wrong at. Everybody want the $100,000 business line of credit, bro. You're not getting it until you build up equity, until you get collateral. You got to have that stuff in place.
Gems from the beast in these streets, you know what I'm saying?
I shall pay thou invoice.
Be credit, that's the nuggets you wanted right there, you know what I'm saying?
If you have your Bibles, turn to the first book of Andy.
So how you feel about LLCs? How you feel about LLCs that want to conduct operations in more than one state?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't do it if you don't know what you're doing. Hell, I didn't want to do it because I didn't know what I was doing. Even if I have had experience to open up LLCs like crazy, when you start opening up LLCs in different states, you got to now go by those tax laws. You now got to understand the state laws, the federal laws. When do you actually file your quarterly taxes, or do you file them yearly? You also got to look at, do you have to have certain permits? Like here in Houston, Texas, I can run a credit management. Y'all know I hate people who say, I have to run a credit repair company. Bro, what are you repairing? That ain't no car. But here in Houston, I run a credit managing company, right? That does credit restoration, as they call it, right? But if I go to Atlanta, you can't do that. That's against the law. You can get fined. You can get in trouble for doing that. So if you ever heard someone in Atlanta, when they say I do credit, they'll tell you, oh, I actually just teach credit, or I actually just mentor people with credit. They will never say they do credit repair because it's against the law. It's easy to open up LLCs everywhere. Even like my brand manager, she has majority of her LLCs in Missouri, right? A LLC in Houston, Texas costs $308.17. One in Missouri is less than $100. So when you tell someone open up an LLC, they like, yo, I'm gonna open it up out of town. But now you got to file business taxes out there. Do you know how to do that? Do you know how to structure your company out there in that city or that state? And if you don't, you can get in trouble. And then if you didn't do your research the correct way, somebody bought your domain, your .com. Somebody probably trademarked your name, and now you got to pay them. Plus any money that you made on that LLC, you got to pay them back as well. But you can do it. You can open it anytime you want to. You can.
For sure.
I don't want to scare nobody. Go do what you do, but do your research.
And the gems are dropped once again.
Already. Any questions from the field, from the audience? No questions?
Oh, they quiet? Y'all better stop being quiet. Listen, because y'all know once I get off the podcast, my people bring me out. They like, friend, come out and drop the gems. All right, cool. But once we close,
and you hit that inbox,
it is over.
Yeah, once you hit that inbox, you gotta pay that invoice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, it's nothing that I'm sugarcoating. Go to andythibo.com. You see a consultation with me is $597. If you would like to actually do a credit audit, it costs this. If you would like to do a business audit, it costs this. If you would like to speak to me one-on-one, add an additional $250 once you get into the program.
So with that being said, if you got a question on the 1409 podcast right now, you can ask that motherfucker right now.
You might
ask ever hold your peace.
Not now, but
even if
right
you don't
now.
even know what question to ask, let me just Google some shit. I might need it later.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool with that.
Any so I'll just ask one then. Any financial institution you recommend over any other, or just whichever one as far as business accounts and business credit?
Me personally, I really don't go into the finance part because it's really come down to paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
Right? People say get credit union, some say regular institution like your Wells Fargo. The banks have their advantages, but again, what is your end result? Are you going to go open up a nonprofit? You may want to go to BBVA in Texas, right? If you're not doing a nonprofit, you might just want to go with Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo has some damn good benefits. People run to Navy Federal, but guess what? Navy Federal is not for business accounts. The personal accounts, yes, but the business accounts, you got one time to mess up with Navy Federal. They get the what's that song? It ain't. Oh, okay. That's
Cut. You need to cutty.
Yeah. But now I just we can joke all day, we can play around all day. It really gonna come down to the bottom line, right? How do you have your business structure put together? How do you have your foundation together? If you got your paperwork together, even if you gotta tweak it, like people don't understand, you're supposed to keep minutes within your company. People like minutes. Okay, so you know how you work a corporate 9 to 5, and they hit you with that. Oh, we got a meeting on the 10th. We got a meeting on the 26th, and we're like, why the hell I gotta go to the meeting? Like I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't even care. I got a bonus check. Oh no, okay, whatever, right? But they have to keep meeting minutes within the department because they're keeping you updated, the good, the readjustments, and everything else. Well, what we don't know is, well, we may or may not know as business owners, it's all just keeping update on how the flow of business is going. When you went into some of those meetings, they were showing you pie charts, and you like, bro, what that pie chart got to do with me? We had a lot to do with you because the more employees they had on the team, the more the employees perform, the more that the employees go get certified within the department. They're now building business equity. They're now building business credit. They're now building equity that they can now, if they ever thought about selling the company, they can say, hey, this is the performance. These are the profit. These are the loss. This is what our employees are now bringing to the table. So, yeah.
All right. So nobody got no questions. Okay, I got a question for you. Who would you like to see on? Who would you like to see on here next, or in the near future? You know what I'm saying?
In the near future, is it somebody I have to know? Am I plugging them, or you just saying like in general?
Yeah, you
plug them.
Yeah, you plug them.
In general, whatever.
We'll find them for sure.
So I was like the tax queen. Y'all know I know nothing but queen. I know goats. Okay, I know goats. Like tomorrow when y'all hear Brianna, y'all gonna be like, dog, is that serious? Is that serious? Like I be like, I don't know nothing about no damn website. You got to do the font. You got to do this, and I'm like, bro, I don't care. That's what you get paid for. That's your lane, right? But I would like to have Michelle. She's with MWG Financial and Purpose Financial tax company. She's very humble or whatnot, but when it comes down to understanding how to do taxes legally, she's your girl.
Okay. We already connected with her on IG, so it ain't.
You know what I'm saying? See, I already gave you.
She was at the vision board party.
I threw you alley. Now you gotta go get
it. Yeah, really. All right, let's do a little this or that, until somebody come with some questions. If not, we'll go ahead and get there.
Standing on couches or standing on bars? Because I heard y'all was lit at the after party.
Who? Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
You ain't never, and you better not have that on camera. I'm gonna come get you. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna start making people sign this NDAs. I swear I am, because we be having fun. We have fun. Like it ain't just that. Oh, we're not over there just doing it. Like we have fun. We enjoy life as business owners for sure.
Moving furniture.
Fuck your
allegedly.
Yeah, we was on the couch, bro. Don't judge me. I'm
it's all fun.
Allegedly, I got up on there eventually too.
You know what I'm saying? So don't tell half of the story, tell the whole story. It's like the last conference, like once the conference was over, because I was so nervous. And a certain amount of people came back to my room. I had got a little penthouse suite or whatever. So they come up, oh, this is nice. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Shots? Everybody was like, hell yeah.
You was in the comfort of your own dwelling, so you ain't had nothing to worry about.
At that point, we had people sleep on the couch. Like, we was making TikToks. You can see a preview if you go on my Instagram. That's the start. Yeah, I couldn't tell the finish. Like, you know how they say, this is how we started, this is how we ended. Yeah, I would never incriminate or, allegedly state what we were actually doing.
Facts. All right, I'm trying to think of a Henny this or that. Henny on ice or Henny no ice?
Honestly, I drink Hennessy with no ice, right? But let me explain why. Because I don't want, let me calm my nerves and chill. I like to be in my own element, right? I really, really, really. No, but I like to like outside of business. Business is stressful.
Yeah.
Business, it's not for the weak. Like people like, oh, I got a company, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Man, them losses hit different. When you get clients that you think that's gonna be amazing, they turn out to be assholes, but you didn't already took the money. So now you gotta fulfill what's going on. Up, look who just called me. Look who just called. I'm gonna FaceTime you.
That's where the trucking reside.
I gonna put you on there. It's the queen of trucking.
Where the trucker is at.
Where the trucker is at.
Oh, she good. She already signed a release form. She good. She can get on here.
You say what?
I said she already signed a release form, so she good. She can make a cameo.
Yeah. Now we don't have her on camera. Y'all can hear, but she ain't on camera. She on FaceTime with me. Friend, y'all she on there like this.
Let me come up. Let me come up.
Somebody grinning.
Man, tell her to take a shot since she
She can't take no more shot. Look, she took shots last night, y'all.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
She told me, she said, I woke up y'all and the phone was between my titties. I say, what happened? How did that happen? But that's the support for me, okay? But she couldn't do anything else. She stayed on there. Her commercials and everything. Waking up, they still on. Oh, they not. Let me in.
Shit, I got up on there after we got done recording.
Like, oh shit, okay, let me charge my phone.
So shout out to the queen of trucking. Yeah, go ahead, friend.
How was the podcast?
We still on here. We live.
We live, baby.
Right now.
Oh, okay. Well, this is the queen, J. Rick.
What's happening?
Fleet management and global trucking and global supply chain experts.
Period.
I am J. Rich.
My dad.
JRichGlobal.com.
And at the end, she got to say where the trucking reside.
And I teach you how to get passive income in the trucking industry. So if you're not following me, then you're late. J. Rich Trucking on Instagram.
That's how you gotta say where the trucking resign.
Where the trucker reside. Where the
trucker reside. Where the trucker reside.
Yeah. Make sure y'all head to JRichGlobal.com.
Don't gas me, friend. We still on live.
Why I can't see it? I don't see it. Y'all live now?
Yeah. Go to the link in my bio on Instagram. When you click that, then it's gonna take you over there.
Go to our Facebook. We blocked on YouTube for a week, so that's why we ain't on YouTube.
Yeah.
Blocked on YouTube.
Yeah, they take that copyright shit serious, man. They don't do no copyright shit. They gonna get on your ass.
But y'all got it in y'all bylaws so that y'all play other people's music.
Nah, we don't play it no more. We don't play it no more.
All right, bet.
Okay,
She about to get
I can't even play some of my songs because of how they copyrighted.
Really?
Yeah. Like
through
the podcast.
We gotta look at the fine print and let them know we already lit though. Y'all can't be just blocking us like that. Y'all stopping money. Y'all stopping the operation of the company. And so since y'all stopped the operation of the company, we need to come back and get that money back. Because we get paid off of streams. Y'all just stop that. So
Facts.
Yeah, they was like, hell no.
Hell to the no.
Like, next time we gonna block you for 2 weeks. J Rich in here. We see you in the comments. You see we got your website on the screen right there. JRichGlobal.com. You know what I'm saying?
Where the trucking reside. Where the trucking reside.
What's that next diss of that we got for us out here in these streets? Oh, do I have one? I had a Henny one, but you know.
You forgot it that quick.
She said she drank her Henny straight up.
All right, so you big on the Clubhouse thing. I want to shout you out because you was my motivation on getting on Clubhouse. You as soon as I got on there, somebody let me in. Shout out to Money Bass from A Little Kiss and Tell, the podcast. She let me up in there.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, so on Clubhouse, Clubhouse is my trap house because I be dropping gems. Okay, so on Clubhouse on Monday through Friday, including tomorrow at 7 a.m., we have something that's called Hello Houston. So you don't have to be in Houston, but yet and still, it's like-minded individuals that's in business that would like to talk about different topics. We like to do the wide range, whether you're talking about politics, whether you just getting started, or whether you're just trying to get with somebody to do a partnership. We talk about all that on Clubhouse under Hello Houston. So make sure you guys go follow me, which is Andy Thibo, or just ask Andy on Clubhouse. Turn on your notification. When you turn on the notification, make sure you click always, and that way you can see every time I go live. Also, shout out to Tristan. He actually is one of the moderators who was just with me, like, yo, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it the right way. And I'm like, okay, bet you gotta be here with me every single morning. It's like, all right, I'm loyal. I was like, okay, don't get drunk at the club and don't answer because I'm a call. We here. Where you
Yeah, we gotta get him on too, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, Tristan, yeah, and then he a vet. He's really lit. I really like him.
Yeah. Shout out to Go Hard or Go Homes on Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's him. That's what I ain't gonna FaceTime him.
Yeah. JRichInc.com. It's a new website, you know what I'm saying? So don't go to JRich Global.
That new website for it. Okay.
JRichInc.com. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got any more this or that? I don't have none.
No, I don't.
All right. Go ahead. What'd you say?
This was y'all time. I can't tell y'all when the next episode I'm gonna be on. And y'all be like, Andy, I forgot to ask you. I'm like, well, you gotta wait till by April, May because they booked up now.
Yeah. Booked like a motherfucker.
I'm just saying.
I gotta give you. Oh shit, my computer about that. I gotta give you credit on that because you got me on that Clubhouse. Clubhouse got a lot of those bookings for sure.
Hey, you just make sure you shout me out. That's all I ask. Bring the people back.
Oh, for sure. And I got shout out Tiara and Shayna from Girl Boss Sweets because if it weren't for them, we wouldn't have got connected with you.
We wouldn't have known each other. You right. Plug them too. So, ladies, if you in Houston and you just need a suite to show up and get you some content, you want to do some videos, you want to host your own vision board party, go to Girl Boss Suite. Houston is right in the Galleria area. So if you want to be a little bougie, bring a business meeting up there, you can. They do have monthly memberships. So make sure you book your monthly membership. Even if you don't want a monthly membership, they have networking events all the time during the week. So just go there and let them know, like, hey, I heard about you on 1409 podcast. You can let them know, hey, don't say Andy sent you. Don't pull that plug, okay? Say 1409 told you to come.
Facts. And not only are they in Houston, they're in Atlanta as well. And coming this year, they're gonna be in Charlotte too. So 3 cities.
I heard about that. I'm coming to the grand opening for that one.
Yeah, but I'll be up in that motherfucker too. I'm gonna just bust up in the motherfucker. So and go ahead and plug what you have going on that we may have missed or that you want to reiterate once again, because ain't nobody.
No problem. So again, Monday through Friday on Clubhouse. If you do have an Apple device or you just have an iPad that you want to jump on Clubhouse, we are live Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Also on Tuesdays, I go over business hacks. So you're in business and you want to know some hacks just to get your business to the next level. I do drop those gems on Tuesdays. On Thursdays, I also go live at 2 p.m. where I actually shout out different vendors. So I don't ask for any promotion or anything like that. I just ask that you drop your flyer, give detailed information, and right now it's just shouting you out. I do ask that you join the Clubhouse so you can talk about your event in detail. Right now, I've been doing really, really good. So people show up just so they can get that information. Again, shout out to Hello Houston, because that's really going crazy right now. The other thing of it is, again, refocus. No, February. So February is Black Business Month, right? And that's what I'm hosting for business owners to highlight them so they can just come in and talk about their company, how they add value not only to their company, their clients, but also to their company in particular. So if you would like to be a part of that, you need to click the link in my bio. That's on Instagram, which is just as _ Andy. Then in March, we have Refocus Business Conference for 2021. If you would like to be a speaker, if you would like to be a vendor, if you would just like to attend, that is now live. Click the link in my bio. The next thing I want to tell you about is Jay Rich is getting ready to go on tour. Guess who's gonna be on tour with her at some of the cities? Your girl. So be ready for that. That's gonna start in April as well. She also have the Trucking Academy that I'm a part of as well as June is my birthday month. I will be in Florida. I just got booked yesterday for a speaking engagement with that. So it's a lot going on. If you want to follow me, you want to keep up with it, you go to andythibo.com. Again, it's Andy, Andy, Thibo, THI, as in boy, O.com. Go to that website. You can look on events. You can look at what's coming, or you could just get on my Instagram because I'm always on there. But Clubhouse is my trap house because that's where I drop gems. But yeah. That's what I got going on right now.
Hey, for sure. Hey, you know where you can find us. Goddamn. Always Press Record TV. Shout out to Trader producer for getting us up on there out of Houston. That's a Houston-based network, but you know they global. We on Nobody Grinds Like Us network, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, all that shit like that.
Yes. Oh shoot. Yeah. I forgot. I got a podcast too called Approved AF. We on 10 different platforms. So if you want to hear the episodes we already dropped, go ahead and listen to them today.
You got like 100 episodes, huh?
Oh, I still got y'all got episodes I haven't even dropped because I got to do the intro. It's horrible.
They timeless though.
I pray for this, and I'm okay with having a lot to do. I pray for this. I cannot complain about it. I ask God to prepare me for what is coming, so when it come, I am prepared. And listen, He said you spoke to the universe. I'm not gonna have you just booked and busy. I'm gonna have you booked, busy, and paid.
Book, busy, and paid.
Yeah.
Let's make it book, busy, and balling. The 3 B's. Book, busy, and paid. Book, busy, and balling. You can follow me on. You can follow podcast on Instagram, 1409 Podcast. Follow me on Instagram, 843 Ambassador.
Follow me on IG at GualaMeetsWorld.
Make sure y'all check out GualaMeetsWorld music on Apple Music under GualaMeetsWorld. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Scrooge video out now on YouTube. All of that there, you know. And it's the 1409 Podcast, and we out.
Wait.
What's up?
Slide over a little bit. Shout out to slide over to Gemini LLC. Listen, I'm a Gemini Media. Well, okay. Shout out to Gemini Media LLC for putting this together as well.
Go. Shout out to them boys. Them boys be working, boy. God damn. Them boys got 1409 doing 3-4 episodes a week. Shit.
That's what it is. That's what it's gonna be, and we ain't gonna complain about it. It's called blessings, okay?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for having me a part of this episode.
Always
pleasure. Always.
All right, it's the 1409 Podcast, and we out.
Peace.